Yeah.
Hello, welcome to Cyber Mentoring Monday at the quite early time of 2 p.m. Eastern. It is a holiday in the US, Labor Day, so I figured I would be kind to the Europeans amongst my viewers and do a slightly earlier stream. Okay, technical interview for web app Pentesting role. Any tips outside of OWASP? Yeah, so honestly, OWASP is kind of stupid. A lot of interviews obviously ask about it. But the whole OWASP top 10 I would have just avoid. And this is where I might like rant about OWASP for a little bit. I probably ranted about this on the stream before, but I find that the OWASP top 10 started out with good intentions, and the intention was to produce a list of the top 10 web application vulnerabilities. Which is fine, because top 10 lists are good for marketing purposes. And you can educate people. The problem, and this wasn't OWASP's fault, is that people started using the OWASP top 10 as basically categories. And trying to squeeze every single vulnerability into the top 10, which makes no sense. So you would ask, like, oh, which OWASP top 10 is this vulnerability? And it's like, well, it's none of them. It's like, well, can we try and stick it in somewhere? The correct reaction to that is to just remind people that it's a top 10, which means the whole point of a top 10, it implies there are more than 10. What OWASP did, they didn't do that. What OWASP did instead was kind of just fall over and be like, yeah, okay, now it's 10. There's just 10 vulnerabilities categories, and we're going to change everything up. So it's reached the point where the OWASP top 10 has honestly just become a kind of parody of itself, because it's not the top 10 anymore. I mean, if you look at the latest one, what was it, 2021? Broken access control is fine. That is actually legitimately one of the worst and most prevalent vulnerabilities. That's okay. Cryptographic failures is just so freaking generic and huge. It's kind of dumb. Injection is, I'm sorry, not a legitimate single vulnerability. The fact that they've shoved everything, 33 CWEs have been mapped into this category, which is absurd, because there's of course there's different types of injection. Some of them are far more prevalent than others. XSS, which is cross-site scripting, is now part of this category, because it's JavaScript injection. Always should have been called that, but never mind. XSS is an injection, but it's more prevalent than SQL injection, which in turn is more prevalent than command injection, which in turn is probably more prevalent than LDAP injection. There's just a bunch of... It's just silly having it as one category. Insecure design is the worst one on the new one, because literally it's the catch-all. It's the none of the vulnerabilities we found fit into the other 9. It's like, oh, okay, we'll just create this one, which literally is meaningless. Insecure design, every single vulnerability could fit into this category. You could do an OWASP top 1. A vulnerability is literally an insecure design. Like, it's stupid. Misconfiguration is fine. Outdated components, fine. Some of these are alright. This one, I really don't like. I hate this one because it really doesn't have anything to do with web apps. And this one is okay. But yeah. Honestly, the OWASP top 10 is not that good anymore. Basically, just no different vulnerability. Like, instead of the OWASP top 10, you should know as many vulnerabilities as you can for an interview. Especially the ones that don't appear on here anymore. XXE is good. Request smuggling is good. Server-side template injection. You know, these are all good vulnerabilities, but you won't ever find them on here anymore. Just because, I mean, there's really no, other than broken access control, there's no vulnerability here, or there's no name here that I would ever use in a report, apart from maybe server-side request forgery and broken access control. I wouldn't ever write, I don't think, any of these up as an issue. All right. The other thing that you'll probably be asked about, or you should be asked about, is about methodology. So methodology questions are always good. You might be given a scenario, like, you know, you're given a low privileged account on this web app. How would you go about enumerating? What kind of things would you do? You know, you find an SQL injection vulnerability. How would you confirm it? What kind of information can you extract? Methodology questions are quite good. You might be asked just stuff about the kind of testing you've done in the past, whether you're familiar with various tools, what your favorite tool is, favorite burp extension, for instance. You might be asked something like that. But yeah, generally I would expect questions about methodology, questions about specific vulnerabilities, being able to describe specific vulnerabilities, but also how to mitigate them. A lot of people, this is something that my upcoming web app course is going to cover, but a lot of courses seem to teach the how to find and how to exploit stuff, but rarely do they actually talk about how to fix stuff, which is something every penetration tester needs to know. Because especially for web app stuff, because if you're on a readout call going over the report with developers, that's really all they care about. The project leader, project manager cares about what someone can do with this vulnerability. The developer just cares about how the fuck do I fix it. And if you cannot explain that, and if you cannot answer the questions they may have, they're not going to hire you again. So, yes, the report will have that. And if you're lucky, you'll work for a company that has templates, like White Oak Security, the company I work for. We have a bunch of pre-written vulnerability write-ups that have all the recommendation stuff in them. And all we do is basically just add stuff to them, you know, add some evidence, write up anything that's specific to that vulnerability is a little different. But generally speaking, the recommendations remain the same. However, you may not land at a company that has that. And also, I would argue that any good web app pen tester should be able to write the recommendations themselves from scratch. May take you a while to come up with the right words, but you should be able to at least explain how to mitigate stuff. So, like, for instance, when talking about SQL injection, you should at least know how to sanitize or use the words like sanitizing user inputs. Definitely dropping buzzwords like parameterized queries or stored procedures. But yeah. Other than that, I'm not sure. I tend to ask if they're really good, they seem to know what they're talking about. I seem to ask really tricky questions. Zero experience. All right, that's fine. If you have zero experience, I would expect some general methodology questions, and also them to expect you to know a bunch about several common vulnerabilities. I wouldn't expect them to drop the interview question, which I love asking, which is what's the difference between web cache deception and web cache poisoning, which I rarely get to drop because there's hardly anyone who qualifies to answer that. Which is why I only reserve it for the the more advanced people we're interviewing. It's a really simple answer, but hardly anyone seems to know about web cache deception or web cache poisoning. So, also stuff like explain HTTP request smuggling, which is a lovely one that everybody hates to answer. Again, pretty easy if you know what you're talking about, but and you know, if you don't know what those things are, you know, at some point this thing's going to be released, and it will answer all of them. Never heard of web cache deception? I have a YouTube video. There was the Hack the Box CTF that happened a couple of months ago now. Where did I go over it? This one. Okay. Okay, I'm going to leave a link in chat.
Would more effective writing give you an...
I told it to stop playing. There you go. Watch that at some point. Don't watch it now because, you know, we're on stream. But that the last web app challenge in that, the hardest one, which obviously I got all of them because come on. But the last one, which I think only 5 people got, was a web cache deception. Which it was obvious from the way it's set up. I figure hardly anybody knows about web cache deception, or at least they don't know how to exploit it. So not a lot of people got it. But it was definitely fun. And as you'll see, I struggle doing it on that because it's really finicky. So there's parts of it where I mess up, even though I'd done it the night before and obviously during the event. Because it's so finicky, I just kept forgetting stuff I needed to do with it. It's why it took us, I think ultimately it took us like 4 hours total when we were working as a team. I think there were like 3 of us doing it. It was difficult. It was worth the 500 points though. So, good. Okay. One of our developers accidentally committed some sensitive code to our GitHub repo. Or at least, that's what they told us. Problem is, we don't remember what or where. Can you track down what we accidentally committed? Access this challenge by deploying the machine attached to this task. Okay. Just do a quick map scan. See what we get. All right, let's see what we have here, I guess. Zip this, extract. Can we access the attack box via the VPN? Oh, this is the... Okay, so the attack box is committed. All right. Sweet. Or at least this isn't the attack box. Yeah. All right. So let's go here. We'll just download committed. Did it extract? Okay, right. I know what I'm doing. We need to go into committed, and then there's the zip. All right. Let's save that. Where's TryHackMe? There you go. Committed. I also want to customize my tmux, but I don't understand how to do that. All the resources I found are so difficult to understand. What do you actually want to customize? I do need to at some point update my Kali configs repo because I have changed my tmux config. Right. All right, let's extract this here. Okay. Is there a git? There is a git repo, so we can do git log. We do git branch. 2 branches. There's a db int and a master branch. So, I accidentally committed some sensitive code. I wish they would tell us who committed it. Okay, I mean, we could do git checkout db int. Okay, so we're going to switch to the db int branch. There's a note now. This branch is being used to test the code by the MySQL server. Please don't hard code password. Use environment variables where possible. Okay. I imagine it might be the oops check. So maybe if we do git diff between these. Okay, maybe if we do a git diff between... I'm going to do a separate terminal. So you can do a git diff, and then if you give it to commit IDs, it'll do a comparison between them. So I just did a git diff between this one and technically this one. What I actually did was... a git diff between this one and head. Head is basically where we are now. So it's the most recent one that we're in right now. Also, you don't need to select the whole thing when using git. You can basically select enough that it's unique. So what we'll do is we'll select this one, and we'll do a git diff between that and this one. There we go. So basically what this shows is that in this commit, so remember we're doing a difference check between this one and this one. So any changes are going to be basically what this one did. So this C5 commit removed this line and replaced it with this line. And the same thing here and here and here. I need to do my eyes again, so I'm going to turn my webcam off for a little bit. So say you don't want to, say you found this, but there's more stuff here, and you want to just look at what. So you want to look at the commit where this was, right? So we know that it got changed in this one, so it's definitely going to be in this one. So all we need to do is do git checkout. Copy this commit. Okay. Now switching to this, you're in a detached head state. You can look around, make experimental changes, and commit them. So you can basically go back in time in Git and then commit stuff, and branch out. It's very weird, but now. Go into main.py, you can see, here you go, there's the flag, right? And there's the flag. And if we were to just switch back, if we go do git checkout head, which is basically now, like the latest thing. Wait, what? Oh no, because head is now right. Sorry. Head is where we currently are, right? So git switch back. There we go. All right, that's my bad. So this is the latest commit we're in right now. Password is nothing. Any questions about that? Let's do the comparison again, or just I guess do this and select the flag. That was a very easy one, which is good because that's how this is supposed to happen. Also, a tool called Git Tools. All right, let's look it up. Python script identifies public. Okay, so that's not one we want. Dumper can be used to download as much information. So really, we want extractor. Yeah. Okay, let's try this. Are we in? Oh, let's switch back to this. And then git checkout main master. Okay. And now what we're gonna do. All right, there we go. We're back. Okay, so I'm gonna cd into tools. Where's best of edit? I'll just make a git directory. Okay, so if we do tools git tools extractor, the git directory, so I need to cd back. Committed and extracted, maybe. Alright, so basically just extracted all possible commits, I think. Which is kind of noisy. But I guess it works. And we just, like... Yeah. That's another way of doing it, I guess. Alright. Good. We've done that one. All right, let's start the machine. Barney is setting up the ABC web server and trying to use TLS certs to secure connections, but he's having trouble. Here's what we know. He was able to establish Nginx on port 80, redirecting to a custom TLS web server on port 4040. There is a TCP socket listing with a simple service to help retrieve TLS credential files. There is another TCP TLS helper service listening for authorized collections using files obtained from the above service. Can you find all the Easter eggs? Interesting. Well, I appreciate it, interpreter session. I still feel bad. Alright, copy this up here. Okay, cd back to here. How did you spell bedrock? E and a Z. Okay. Let's say give some time for it to start up. Yeah, a few extra minutes to fully start up. This will be interesting because it looks like there's a few things we have to do before we potentially get a shell. So what we're going to do, we're going to run a very simple map instead of going for the full auto recon scan. That's not what I wanted to copy. And we can go. Okay. I should cancel that. I'm going to do -b sudo it. Min rate 5,000. And increase the verbosity. I'm glad I did that because now we have some extra port. Min rate. Good question. Send packets no slower than number per second. 5,000 per second. This is, by the way, when anyone complains about auto recon being slow, I point them to this, and mostly I recommend using you can change auto recon speed. Mmap by default isn't fast, which is a good thing because Mmap is not supposed to be fast; it's supposed to be accurate. Mmap will try and increase speed if it thinks it can. But ultimately, it's expecting to be used on networks where the speed isn't going to be, that important. However, you can override Mmap's tools. In this case, we can use min rate. We can also use min parallelism. That basically means you can do more probes per second. So basically, this means effectively you can check 5,000 ports per second. Sorry, you can check 5,000 ports at the same time, not per second. This just means you can send 5,000 packets per second. I should have just read that bit. It just says that. Either way, it does actually speed things up. Looks like there wasn't a port 80 though. Oh, yeah, port 80 does work. It looks like we have. Okay, here we go. All right, found 22, found 80. Okay. So this is the SSL service. We don't want that. We do want. Looks like 9009. All right. So we're gonna connect to this. 2009. What are you looking for? Help. Okay. Cool. That was easy. It looks weird, but I think it's okay. Yeah. Okay. And then this certificate. So the only reason I did that was because this service literally says TCP socket listening to a simple service to help retrieve the key and certificate. All right. Then it said to use this to connect. equals key, cert equals cert. Oh, machine IP. We might actually need the machine IP. Just, I have an inkling that might be the way we're supposed to do that. This service is for login and password.
New subscription received. Dispensing gratitude. Gratitude dispensed.
Gifaram 190. Thank you so much for the subscription. Gifaram. And happy Labor Day to you. Alright, what were some of the things we need here? What is the Barney.txt flag? Is this it? Alright, password hint. So this... What is this? Might be a hash of some kind. We'll use name that hash because I like name that hash. Likely MD5. Should we do crack station? No. Okay. Let's use John. And format raw dash MD5. No. Wonder if this is just hex. I want hex to ASCII, actually, please. No. Guess we could try MD4. Or NTLM, I guess, maybe? I honestly doubt it's NTLM. Alright, I mean, we could just, I guess, try this as the password. Barney at... Okay. Oh, does that not work? Hang on a minute.
There's always...
That's not good. Hang on a minute. 2 seconds. Sorry about that. Apparently my... Okay. Is that gonna work? Why is that not working? Why are my GIFs not working anymore? Now I have to figure out. There we go.
We are in.
Okay. I don't know quite why my Stream Deck is misbehaving. Anyway, we got in about 13 minutes, not 30. So sorry for everyone who said we weren't going to get it. There's only 3% of people said no. We definitely got a shell though. So well done to everybody who gets a very tiny amount of point back, I believe. Okay. Right. So let's actually... Barney.txt is going to be here. Honestly, I didn't expect it to be quite that easy. What is Fred's password? Alright, so we need to... I wonder if we can do sudo. We do have Barney's password, which is here. Okay. Search util. Oh, okay. This is a custom binary. So it looks, what I'm thinking, we can generate a key pair for Fred, and then we can log in using this. So we can do this thing again. So I think if we just run cert util, well, actually, we should cat Etsy password first to see if... Fred and Fred. Cert util Fred, and then Fred lint. We need to sudo it. There we go. Now if we do this, I'm just going to exit this here. Cancel. Yep. We're doing group Fred Fred key. And Fred cert. Okay. And then if we just do the socat command again, Fred key and Fred cert. Password. I'm guessing that's Fred's password. Yep. Alright, very easy. Okay. Is this gonna work now? It did, but I'm not
I'm
in.
in.
Come on. There we go. Alright, now I can do the I'm in.
I'm in.
I knew you were going to do that. Alright, so for those of you who don't know, Compendium spanned the wheel earlier and he got a kill terminal. Which he could use at any point. Thank you, Compendium. I can do that, look. I love T-Mux. I don't think I should do that. I think I should literally kill everything. Let's exit the entire thing, shall we? Oh, hang on, I have to exit all of it. Oh, damn it. Exit. Alright. T-Mux list session, maybe? Okay, good. Alright, SSH in again. Luckily I stored his password here. Oh, okay. Oh, I killed my had to kill that. Yay! Okay. Fred.txt. It's probably here, right? Yeah. Fred.txt. Alright. Go. Root.txt. Okay, what have we got in our home directory? We have an SSH file, which is interesting. Nothing in it though. Alright. Run sudo. Okay. I mean, okay. What's that base 60? Jesus. That was this password, I presume is the password for root. It was base 64 encoded, then base 32 encoded, then base 64 encoded. No, sorry. It was base 64 encoded, then base 32 encoded, but we could only read it using base 64, which meant I had to decode it, and which I did. And then when I decoded it, I looked at this string and I was like, immediately, there's just some things you notice after a while in cybersecurity. This just looks like base 32. And then when we base 32 decode that, this just again looks like base 64. So can we just su as root and use this? Did I copy it? No. Maybe not. It could be the hash. It was in a file called pass, though. Maybe this is actually the password. I doubt it, but... maybe this was the password? Yeah, okay, we can try and just see if this is a password we can crack. Root.hash. Put that in there. We can do name that hash again. Again, it looks like MD5. It's not. Or if it's not in RockU. I should probably say. But it is in Crackstation. Flintstones vitamin. Oh boy. Alright, SU root. There we go. I guess we get one of these again.
We are in.
New subscription received.
Any questions about any of that?
Gratitude. Gratitude dispensed.
Bad Moles 007, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Join the room. Oh, we get points for this one. Machine may take up to 5 minutes to boot. Room contains appropriate content in the form of a username that contains a swear word. Okay. Fun little warning there. We should probably... start doing this again. Maybe if I spelled ghost right, it would be good. Expand. Okay. I guess then we'll do another marble race while this machine boots, because it takes 5 minutes. So we'll copy this over here. Alright. Alright. Random Flashtastic Sea Venture. Sure, why not? Sounds fun. Oh, I've done this one before. This is quite a good one. Alright, let's use auto recon on this one. Should I... You know what, I will. I will, I will add tomghost as a... I don't know why I typed the wrong password there, but... There we go. To do so... Oh, no. Okay. tomghost.TryHackMe. Good. Auto recon. Alright, auto recon is a tool I wrote. The OSCP exam. You can get to it here. It basically does a few things. It does various port scans to discover ports and services, and then it runs stuff based on the services. For instance, it found HTTP on port 8080, so it's going to run a bunch of HTTP enumeration. It also found SSH that runs a more detailed mmap scan. To use... I'm going to use Atom to go through some of the findings. SSH reports a public key and a password, which is useful to know. Other than that, not really anything interesting in that. We have potentially a DNS server. Tip was speeding up the scan. Yeah, that's what I actually use in my config file. So I have this mmap append equals, and then these are appended to every single mmap scan that AutoRecon does. So I do -t4 -min -rate equals 1000 and -min -parallelism equals 1000. That should also increase it. You can also configure, like for instance, Dirbuster runs with only 10 threads by default. The Dirbuster plugin, I should say, that's not Dirbuster, the actual tool. You can actually configure whichever tool you want to use in AutoRecon for directory busting. This is by default Ferox Buster. So I decided, you know what, only use 20 threads. Also, I only want these extensions, TXT, HTML, PHP. So I can change that really. But this is one I like. You should play around with it though. The great thing about AutoRecon is if you do the help menu, practically any of these options you see here can be set in a config file. Apart from the obvious ones like config file. You can't set the config file location in a config file. But everything else you can. The way you do it is pretty easy actually. You can take these, you can do, like for instance, target timeout. I go into the config. Now, this is the important thing to know. If you're just configuring a regular AutoRecon option, you need to put it at the top here. And what you do is you just do this, target timeout equals whatever, you want to say 60 or something. You can also do underscores instead of dashes. It should be okay. It knows the difference. That's how you do that one. If you come down to the plugin arguments section, if you want to, for instance, change... so here's how you change the tool that Dirbuster uses. You can either choose Ferox Buster, Go Buster, Dirsearch, FFUF, or Derby. If you want to do this option, really what you do is you actually just take tool here, go back in the config file, all the way at the bottom, you get to this configure plugin options here. You put the plugin name right between square brackets. So in this case, these plugin arguments always have the plugin name followed by a period, followed by the actual option. So you got dirbuster.tool, dirbuster.wordlist, etc. So in a config file, you put dirbuster here, the name of the actual plugin, in square brackets, and then any argument after that, you just put like tool, right? Equals dirbuster. Okay. And then if you want to do another plugin, let's just say you want to, I don't know, do this 161 community strings. So you go down to the end here, you would put 161 in square brackets. And then on the next line, community strings equals, and then this is a path, right? Like that. Pretty simple. Yeah. And also global options are configured here. So global options pretty much use the same kind of idea. You just have to put global in square brackets. Global options are these. They're basically arguments that can be used by every single plugin if they want to. Good ones are username word lists. There's a ton of different enumeration tools that want usernames, like for brute forcing. So instead of having a separate word list for every single brute forcing plugin, you can just use global. And then the domain is a good one to use as well. All right, so still running a few scans. Let's at least have a look. Didn't find out what TCP53 was, which is interesting. Did find this though. So we found Apache Tomcat 9030. So it's probably worth using search exploit on that. Tomcat. Nothing. Let's try this. Okay. Okay, what we got here? I guess we could probably just go to the site, see what we have. Uh, 8080. Okay. So this is the default install page. I feel like there's got to be a vulnerability in this version. Let's just Google it. Don't know why I did that. Tomcat exploit. Well, given this one is called tomghost, I imagine this is it. So there's a Metasploit module. What's the CVE? There's the CVE. I wonder if we can find like a GitHub script for it. Oops. We can. Alright. I'm not entirely sure how this one works, but I guess we'll just try it. Looks like we can just do wget on this one. 8080, I think it was, right? Yep. And the file we probably want. Try and get this one. You can also try for the webint file. Alright, we'll try the webint. Not implemented. Is this a Python 2 script? No. Does it require a specific library? It doesn't look like it. That's very strange. Okay. I wonder if instead we just need the IP address. I'm a bit confused about this. No. Okay, let's try another one. Gifram, well done. Getting your OSCP. Awesome work. Okay. This... I mean, I guess we just use this one and see what happens. Let's remove Tom. Okay, so we need to pip install stuff. JPY. And looks like we need to do string IO as well. Okay, maybe it's just string IO. No. Well. Oh, is this a Python 2 script then? It is. Alright, so we just need to use pip2 install okay. What? Great. Python 2-m pip install. I just need to sudo it then. Nope. Do I have PyEnv installed? I do. Okay. 2.7.18. Okay, so I installed Python 2 using PyEnv, which is a really nice. PyEnv is amazing. It lets me install multiple versions of Python. You see, I have the system version 2.7.18, 370, 380. I wanted just to use 2.7.18 in my current shell, which means I set it like that. And now if I just type Python and do version, I'm 2.7.18. But if I think, if I just do a new, yeah. So new shell, I'm still Python 3.9.12, but in here, 2.18. All right, let's try this ghost cat thing. All right, so we do need to do pip install color log. Yes, we're doing tomghost. Okay, there we go. Port is 8080. The file we're going to use. What did we use before? It was web. Okay, and then ghostcat.tryHackMe. What is going on here? Okay. It's getting some not implemented errors. Right, that's my eyes need hydrating, yeah. Basically, when you get LASIK, your eyes get traumatized and don't produce enough tears, enough lubrication for your eye, so it dries out. I'm just going to use... None of this is working, so I'm going to use the Metasploit. I really wanted to avoid using Metasploit, but we're just going to use it. I don't have time to debug any of this. Apparently there was a Metasploit module here. Oh, Ghost Cat. So we'll search for it. There it is. I'm going to use this. Show options, set. Oh, is the port 8009? That might be why. All right, hang on a minute. Sorry, what was it again? 8009? I might need to try the actual IP address. That seemed to work a bit better. Nope. All right, never mind. We're gonna use Ruby, Metasploit. All right, our hosts. I'm just gonna use the IP. Export. There we go. Metasploit is is one of the best for a reason. It just works. So for those of you who don't know, the web The webinf directory is a non-browsable directory on Tomcat. Basically, you can't go to /webinf via the Tomcat web server. But the web.xml is a config file for Tomcat. It contains various things. Sometimes it will contain other config file locations, which you can then obviously just alter this to grab. But in this case, it contained username and password. Skyfuck. Which I presume we can just now SSH into. There we go.
We are in.
I'm just going to write up some notes here. We found Tomcat 9030. Found this vulnerability here. We call ghost cat vulnerability. Oh, I'm gonna have to. Come on, go away. All right. Used Metasploit to grab web inf /web.xml, which had creds. Here they are. Okay. All right. Let's see what we have on this. Do we have a... Ooh, interesting. Contain user.txt. So are there any other users on this book? There is. There's a Merlin user who presumably has the user.txt, which is world readable, so that's kind of good. Didn't really have to put it in there. Okay, well we got the Merlin user, but we also have this PGP. Which is the key. I think we just decrypt this, right? Oops. Alright, how do we import a key? Import. Credential.g. Is it TryHackMe that's... I forget which one. I think it's import. Right. ASC is the keys. Okay. So now we should be able to decrypt this. This credential.pgp is the encrypted thing. The ASC is the key. I got that the wrong way around. How do we decrypt now? Decrypt. For some reason I wasn't seeing the decrypt. We do decrypt credential. Asking for a passphrase to unlock the secret key. So it's either going to be this one here, or we may have to grab the key and use John to crack it. Alright, so let's exit this. And we'll use... we'll do TryHackMe. Come on, that was the password. And correct. So basically just downloading the files so that we can try and crack the GPD to John there is. Yes, Yellowfan, you can SCP in either direction. Right. What do you GPD? Basically, I just used GPD to John on the GPG key. Convert it to something that's crackable. There we go. Alexandru is the key password. So now, actually, I'll just write this down. What was it? Sky something. Skyfuck. So we had TryHackMe.asc key eventual GPD encrypted. Just gonna copy that. There. All right, and then we're gonna copy this. Okay, and then we can just use the same command as before. I wonder if I have GPG installed. I do. We can just do... Oh, nah, I'll just SSH back on. The thing is, I haven't imported the key. So I had to run this. Import key. And then if we decrypt, and use this, Alexandru. There we go. This looks weird though. I wonder if that's the actual password. We'll try it. SU Merlin. It is. We're in again.
We are in.
Do we have anything in his home directory? We have a bash history though. Oh, it's root owned. Crap. We have a sudo as admin successful, which we all know why that. I don't know why we can use this with no password. We had the guy's password, so Merlin user. Let's just copy this. This basically means we can create pretty much any file we want and just grab stuff. I wonder though, is there a GTFO bin or zip that gets a shell? Looks like there is. All right. This is just making a temporary directory. And it looks like we can just do this. And that will give us a shell. What does -tt do? Oh, the unzip command. Oh, that's funny. Basically, we can tell zip to use this as the unzip command. And this obviously is, this hash is just commenting out. So this should just work. There we go.
I'm in.
Of course, we're in a stupid terminal, so we can't. Zip is fake. So like I said, the reason why that worked, let's exit out and see that again. This -tt is just short for unzip command. Use the command here instead of unzip to test an archive when the T option is used. So you have to use the T option, which is test. On Unix, to use a copy of unzip in the current directory instead of the standard system unzip, you could use this command. Basically, this is just feeding practically like a bash shell command that you can use instead of TT. The reason... So obviously this will use... It'll take this string here, and it will append to it the file name, right? Of the archive. So the reason we do the hash is to comment that out. Because I bet if we didn't do this, what it's going to do is it's going to try and run SH on Etsy hosts. I'm betting. Yeah. It did something. Yeah, I don't really know what it actually did here, but it ran SH on something it wasn't supposed to. Sorry. Oh, actually, maybe not. Hang on, was it? Yeah, no, I'm still Merlin. Right, so this is why you need the comment. I wonder if you could just do that. Yeah. You could just use the semicolon as well. We solved that one. Okay. So we have... save this. Six. All right. Can I ping it yet? Can't. Probably let it run for a little bit, actually. This will probably be the last box we do today. Unless it takes like 5 minutes, at which point we'll do another one. Alright. Okay, we've got port 80, so we can immediately just visit port 80. Okay. There's this weird thing down the bottom. I'm not sure if you can see. Please hack VM list. Let's just do a line wrap. What is this? Oh, okay. This is actually kind of good. I was actually looking for a site like this. Can we do something like... Oh, we can't do sites without Stego. Or can we? No, we can. What? I wish they would. Maybe I should just take the source code to this and make it so you can exclude stuff. All right. Let's have a look at the results in Atom. We only have, apparently, port 80. We have this weird disallowed entry in robots.txt. We go to /robots.txt here. Interesting. Don't forget to add the .zip extension. Okay. Oh, gotta do my eyes again. So what we'll do, actually, we'll cancel this because there's only one scan running, and then we'll just rerun Durbuster. So I'll just copy this command here. Using PHP. It is, okay. So what we can do... No, it is. Just use zip and rerun this. You know what? I'll up the threads as well to 30. So hopefully this will actually return some more stuff. Now it's using zip. Okay. Okay, so we have db.png. Oh, that's that one. All right, no problem. Okay. We have a /db. Oh, that's the same as the PNG file. All right. I'm imagining we're going to have to find a zip which is going to have some information in it. Now, this was interesting that It was text pattern slash text pattern. So what happens if we just go to 1? Ah. Can we find a version of text? 4.8 maybe? Possibly this one. So I got the 4.8 from this, which is like the theme version. 4.8. There is no 4.8 in numbers. Authenticated. Makes sense. Okay, maybe doing it with... Okay, I'm going to scan it again. I'm just going to do zips. DB, I think, is just going to be this image, db.png. It's the exact same character length. I think they just... There must be some code server-side. If it finds a file without an extension... Yeah. So we're just trying to find zip files, and that's solely based on the fact that this said don't forget to add .zip extension to your directory busting. Wasn't really anything else, was there? Yeah, I think we just have to find the correct directory. Well, zip file, more like. We could also try brute forcing, I guess. No way to tell if there's a... db.zip? It would have found it here. I would have thought it would have found it. I guess I can try db.zip. No. Alright, let me just text pattern default user. Alright, we got this one then. I guess managing editor 732. Nope. Oh, I think that was for the demo site. Alright. Default user. Oh, there we go. There's a brute force. Looks like admin is there. The only reason I wouldn't attempt a brute force right now is I don't want to overload the HTTP server. And this seems like a big clue that we need to find a zip file, which I imagine has the credential in it for the admin user, I would imagine. Unless anyone else can think of anything we could try. Guess we could try and browse the site. It already seems kind of slow. Yep. Not looking good. Oh wait a minute, that's my address. What am I talking about? Why did it do that? Oh, I know why it did that. These links are all... This is some weird internal IP address, that's why. Alright. That makes more sense. Okay, so if I just go to... here's the article. So all I need to do is go... This one, I think? Yeah, this will take us to the wrong IP address. So we just want to do this. This is a lot of errors. It's still loading. This is not looking very good. Oh, come on. What terminal am I using? This is Terminator with tmux and ZSH. Well, we have this user Hakan. I guess we could just try. I mean, his user's probably Hakan. Try a few passwords. Admin maybe. Let me in. Nope. One, two, three, four, five, six. Password 1. There we go. Spammer.zip is what we want. Let's W get it. Okay. Zip to John. Okay, I'm glad we are getting somewhere. MySpace 4 is the password. There we go. Was it Mayor? Okay. I don't know why I didn't copy, but go away. Oh my god. There we go. I guess that's a we're in.
We are in.
Let's run up some stuff. Okay, so this got us here. And then we had login is that. Come on. We searched for zips using this command here. And we found eventually. That's it. Oops, no. We found this one. Download spammer.zip. Try to open password protected. And we did this. And this. Unzip and get the credentials. GOG's web app? Don't think so. Now log in to page. It's presumably vulnerable to this. What do we do? Go to the content section. Files. System. Proving Grounds, Drifting Blues, cmd.php, upload. And then how do we do? Okay. We just go to files. Okay. Yes, look at that. Rev shell gen. One 168.49149. I have a URL encoder. I really need to make a script that just URL encodes on the terminal. Gonna make a note of that. What's up, malware guy? Alright, we're gonna do this. We're gonna encode. URL encode it. And just NC. Listen on port 44. And boom.
We are in.
Okay, do we have Python 3? No. We do have Python though, which is fine. Import pty, pty.spawn, bin bash. Control Z that, stty size, stty raw echo, export term equals x term 2.6, and stty polls 172, my rows 31. And now we can do Control C. Yeah, you'll get it for a whisper, a 0. I'll send it after the stream ends. All right. You're very welcome. There's supposed to be a flag somewhere. There is. I guess we have to go to a user, so cat @c password. There's no user on this box. Users start at 1,000. Interesting. I guess we could just try and find. Interesting. Okay. Wow, Sudo's not there. Alright, let's try and find some SUIDs, I guess. XIM is there. XIM is usually pretty bad. XIM 480. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff. The Firefox extension is Hack Tools. It's also for Chrome. I think we need to figure out if this is. Let's just search for this one on. Oops. Exploit DB. Okay, we can do this. User sbin slash. Go back to. Interesting. Okay, so maybe it's not that. Anything else? What's PT-own? Not that. All right, well, anything interesting happening? Oh, I suppose I should do config, right? Oops, config up here. I wonder if this is the root password. Just gonna make sure I actually copy it. I've been burned before. See if we can. No. We already knew this about person. I wonder what that database. Ooh. Okay. What do we got running? I still think it's XM. So the question is, how do we do this? By sending a specially crafted message. Um, this might work. We have SSH. Hmm. Do we have netstat? We do. Okay, so here's what we need to do. We're going to SSH to my box. I think I need to start my SSH server. Okay. And I need to do a remote. Sorry, reverse. No. Remote port forward. Which I think is 25. Thanks, Olivier. Glad you were able to hang out. Okay. Now is there something listening on port 2525? Did I do it right? I don't think I did. So I think it needs to do this. Yes, okay. So what I just did there, I always get this wrongly around. Basically, I SSH'd from the box back to my Kali box using... I have a test user account, so... Basically, if I accidentally leak test's password, it doesn't matter, because anyone who can SSH to my box can't do shit. I gave it this -R, which means... I always forget if it's Reverse or remote? Remote. Basically what it means is create a listener on port 2525 on the box you are connecting to, and forward all traffic that connects to this port to the local port 25 on the machine you're coming from. Right? So basically now, if I was to mmap, so I'm on my Kali box, if I was to mmap port 25, do a service scan, localhost, 2525, sorry. It's XSIM. It's running XSIM 4.80. Means we can't use this one because that's 4.80, but we can. I think use one of these. No, maybe we can't use it. Oh, maybe we can use this one. Let's just try and Google it. XSIM 4.80 exploit. Alright, here we go. Oh, this is a denial of service. Lovely. Come on. I could just run. I'm not so sure this is the way now. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to run Limpies just to make sure before I go any further. At least you know that cool trick. Limpies, I say. Please don't be a stupid kernel exploit. Oh, it's going to be one, isn't it? Looks like Dirty Cow works. I don't want to use Dirty Cow. It's so boring. The other question is like, why would they leave Exim on if it was something else, you know? Okay, well that's interesting. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna listen on. Oops. Gotta run this again. Oh, that's probably nothing. That's like too big for a file as well. It's like almost a meg. Oh, wow, it scrolled all the way down again. Come on. Alright, I'm going to ask somebody in chat if you can look up a write-up for this box. It's Drifting Blues 6. And see if the intended way is a kernel exploit. Because it's kind of silly that this box is very confusing because for some reason it's got Exim running, which is weird, but at the same time it's using a very out of date Linux kernel. And I would like it to be an Exim exploit, except I can't really justify one. Although this one... Let's just try this one, I guess. Alright, we're gonna try this one. I'm gonna SSH back. Okay. All right. This is Python 2. That sucks if it's a kernel exploit. Okay, what was the... Okay. Oops. Shit. Forgot to create a listener. Yeah, dirty cow, right? I just wish it wasn't dirty cow. I don't know how many times we've done dirty cow on this stream. And the stupid thing about dirty cow is it really depends on which freaking exploit. Why would you have Exim on here? Really depressing. Alright. We are Debian. We're gonna use this. Do we have GCC? We do. Alright. Python 3 HTTP server. wget. Cow root. Okay, that still worked. Well, there we go. It actually worked that time. Ah, okay. It's nice when it works. I really just hate kernel exploits. They're just kind of dumb. I want to also find... Guess there's no local.txt? Can I just do like a... Kind of dumb. So I guess Exim was just there as a freaking rabbit hole. Yep, there's only one freaking flag. Wow. Any questions about that? Oh. It was an alright box overall. The way to get a shell was nice. Privilege escalation was just dumb. Thank you everybody for stopping by. I'll flash the stream ending stuff up. Please follow me on Twitter, join the Discord server, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you're not following me on Twitch, please give me a follow on Twitch. Let's raid Gar7. I hope everyone has a great rest of the week.